What's goody, everybody? Welcome to Mr. Big's Point of View. It's my very first YouTube upload, so today I want to talk about these laws in NYC and how things are going. So we went through mass incarceration period. We went through Rockefeller laws, XYZ, right? Rockefeller laws get overturned. A lot of people come home from jail, right? Now the black father, the brown father is home. Right? Home to raise their kids and things of that nature. And it works out for a while, right? People go into drug programs and things of that nature. Things work out for a little bit. You get these younger generations, right? They're coming up. And somewhere along the line, they have young parents, whatever the case may be, right? They're not being guided. They're being guided by what they see outside, like most of us back in the day did, right? We was outside. So, and being outside and not having guidance, they don't really know the laws. They're not caught up with things. They're not really in tune. Everybody want to be in tune with something, right? But you ain't in tune with nothing. So this is how things are going today, right? Is what I see as far as Mr. Big's point of view. In 2023, before we came into the year, a lot of money was spent last year on video surveillance for NYPD, face recognition, heavy metal scanners, right? Where they could literally just pull up, scan you, see if you got it on you, right? And they're using that to bypass stop and frisk, right? Because these are legal tools that are approved. They're approved to use these tools on us, right? Cool. So, the reason they have to use these tools is because of ghost guns, right? Guns that are being made, not bought. They're being made, right? You get the pieces, you put it together, blah, 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 right? This is what they're alleging is happening. They're alleging that that's what's happening. There's ghost guns everywhere, boom. So right now in NYC, there is an NYPD and federal task force in NYC, right? Because the gun violence in NYC and the ghost guns in NYC, okay? And what this means is that if they can't trace the gun, then the feds is picking up that case, right? So now, instead of having a state case, you're gonna have federal trouble, all right? Cool. That's just one aspect of what's going on. The second aspect, and I'm gonna allude to what I spoke on when I started this with the mass incarceration. Since things got overturned, right? Just a question, think about it. You from NYC, you grew up in the days with TNT, direct sales, things of that nature. When's the last time you heard of a direct sale in the hood? When's the last time you heard they sent a squad, right, with a decoy, hit them, get the direct sale, send them in? You don't hear that no more. You wanna know why they don't hear that no more? Because mass incarceration had to slow down and they had to figure out another way to do it, right? So how do you do it? Federal RICO indictment. I don't want that one dealer for that one sale. I want those 30 dealers for those 100 sales apiece, right? So they go back 5 years. Some cases like Young Thugs, they go back to 2012, right? And this is what they're doing now to the black and brown community, right? And so we feeding into it, though. Our younger generation feeds into it because they struggling. They not got it. Spoke to a young boy, right? Why you not in school, big? Because I talk, and I talk to all of them, right? I don't care. I ain't scared. I grew up in these streets. I'm not afraid of them. I talk to them. They like me. OG was good, right? It's like that. So I asked little man, yo, why you not in school, lad? You about 14, 15, could be 16, I don't know. And little man is like, I can't go to school. My ops is there. I go there and it's lit. And that's really no way to live. You know what I mean? Like, I remember being a kid and we was on timing. We would rumble outside. We would do that. But it wasn't to the point where niggas was booming. We not gonna be booming in front of the school, booming at the op in front of the school, none of the above. You know what I mean? We was gonna get busy though. We know how to get busy, right? The point I'm trying to make is, in a few years, the jails will again be flooded, right? I don't care what they talk about, closing Rikers and bail reform, blah, 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 bullshit, right? It's gonna be the federal jails flooded, overflowing, right? Because they're picking up these gun cases and they're picking up 60, 70 man indictments, federal, with a task force, with the NYPD. NYPD do all the groundwork while they do all the surveillance, and boom, you're done. I want this specifically to go out to the younger generation so they can understand that, right? Because it doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter if you're 14 and you feel like, yo, I could do 10, I could do 12. It shouldn't matter if you're 18 and feel like you could do 25 and still be home in your 40. It shouldn't be like that. That's a real stupid way of thinking. There's really just no other way to put that. That's a stupid way of thinking, right? Who wants to go away for 25 and be the man in jail? I've been there. That shit whack. Prison, garbage. 100%. It's fun when you're young and stupid, right? You can run around, you can beat niggas up, you can do this, you can do that, and you feel good about it, right? But then when you become a grown man, and you look back at your life didn't mean shit because you wasting that shit, right? Young men, young ladies, and I gotta include the ladies because, you know, about a month ago, 17-year-old girl, I believe, 16-year-old girl shot a 14-year-old boy in the Bronx. She was ducking behind a car, hit him, allegedly. She's arrested for it. Like, come on, this is what's going on. I have 2 children of my own. 3 with it, you know, my stepson. He's himself at that age. My other son, my younger boys are 12. They're about to be teenagers. You understand? And I be on them and I be talking to them and I be schooling them because I don't need them to end up in somebody else's prison and somebody else's control or any of that shit because I didn't take my time out to speak, right? And I think every grown man that has played these streets, that has paid the consequences for these streets, have done all of the above and all of the under, right? Because you're gonna do the dirty work to get up, you feel me? It be like that. And I think we all owe that to this younger generation. The problem is, right? And let me keep it a stack. Niggas is coming home from jail, old niggas, bro, and y'all wanna be who you wanna be. You wanna relive the glory and you wanna sun these little niggas. Pardon me for calling them little niggas. But you want to sun these dudes, right? And they not with that shit. You got to talk to them like they human the same way you want the niggas to talk to you like you was human. That's how you got to treat them. You don't treat them like that, then what's the point? What you think you going to get? See, when I talk to the younger generation, again, they call me OG wherever I go, right? Hey, OG, it's the way I move, it's the way I carry myself, it's the way I speak to them. You understand? It's the way I speak to them. They know I'm cool. I'm not a threat to them, nothing. They know anything that I say to them, speak to them, do around them, do for them is love. They know that, right? Because genuinely, I love the whole younger generation. I don't care if they're ops here, there. I don't give a fuck. They kids to me. I love all of them. They the future. But they can't be the future, right? Unless the past gives them the future to hold. Like, what are we talking about? You can't keep nothing unless you give it away sometimes, right? And that pertains to knowledge. That pertains to wisdom. That pertains to everything that you learned and didn't apply. You give it to them and try to help them to apply it. This is what we're supposed to be doing, y'all. Again, this is Mr. Big's point of view, man. It's my first upload. There'll be some more. Holla at me.